Bawa. Oh my god. Why does this keep happening? My glasses are all fogged up. Why does this? Oh, wait a minute. Wait. No, that's not it. No. Oh, okay. Okay. Zaharo! Hello, everybody. It is me, Zal. Your local dragon bartender, mixer, and mixer through and through. Here with a very special guest, Nonatsu Kazari. Is it Kazari Nonatsu or Nonatsu Kazari?
Either way, I usually go by no Natsukazari.
You guys might have seen him in the chat. He is a fellow alcoholic and also a fellow mixology slash bartender kind of content stuff. You might have been seeing a lot of his cocktails on Twitter. Kazari, do you want to introduce yourself really quick? I might have gave an extended introduction there.
No worries, no worries. Hi, my name is Nonatsu Kazari, the warden of Penshima Prison. It's so nice to collab with you, Sal. It's been a long time coming. I was excited to do something like this.
Am just as excited because there's not a lot of VTubers that are trying to do cocktail content on the side or like posting on Twitter. So I guess, I mean, they're out there, but I don't know. Maybe
It's
I guess
few far in between.
well, it's more you're already in my community, right? And it's gonna make it a lot easier to talk and chat and collaborate. So welcome. Yeah. I'm glad that you reached out. I think first, right? Actually, I think I might have hinted like, hey, we should maybe do this, right? And then I'm glad that you and like took action and you messaged me. He's like, let's do it on this date, and I was like, you know what? Let's do it. That sounds great. Alrighty.
I'm just glad it worked out. I wasn't sure, like, am I overstepping any bounds? Am I just like...
Absolutely not. Honestly, the first step is always just asking, and good on you. You did it. Now we're here drinking whiskey. We're in the bar with a few of us alcoholics here. We got Maku and Juan at the bar. Whether if other people drop by, that is another question, but as far as I'm concerned, I'm here to drink whiskey. So
same. I got a whole bunch of bottles here ready to go.
Yes. Do you drink with like Glencairns by any chance, or like nosing glasses?
The only stuff I got is probably what you've seen on Twitter. I just have like a bunch of normal cups.
Okay. No, that's totally
I should probably
okay.
get one of those at some point.
Yeah. I don't have my camera on everybody today because I couldn't set it up, and because like I was out for quite a bit. But these glasses that I have, you might have seen me use them a couple times on my streams with camera. They're like these like egg shaped slash hourglass looking tape, like
fat on the bottom and
exactly,
like at the top,
yeah. These are typical nosing glasses for spirits and whiskey. Not just whiskey. I use it for almost all my straight spirit and straight liquor, because what it does, it funnels and concentrates the vapors to your nose when you sip on it. So that's like the purpose of those. But you know what? Tasting whiskey is going to be just fine on a rocks glass too. So
yep.
All right. I don't have... Oh, you know what I could do? What if I like... If I post pictures of the whiskey on my bar, will that get me a copyright strike?
I feel... I doubt that. But
would that be product placement for free?
I have to put the advertised stream thing. I'm pretty sure you could just say not sponsored.
Yeah, that's right. All right, which bourbon do you want to go for first on the table? What do you have? Because we picked up pretty much the similar bourbon, except for one, maybe. For me, that was my fault. So
yeah, I did want to talk about the Four Roses because it was like my first favorite bourbon, but then it was. I mean, like I don't really understand it. I just know that I like it.
So I don't mind cracking this open. I have a Four Roses, but it's the single barrel. So I don't mind cracking this open because actually this was also my first Four Roses. So even though we have different Four Roses, we might be able to taste similar notes. How about that? Let's see if we can. All right, we're gonna start with the Four Roses. Then I'm gonna open mine. This is a fresh bottle. Woo!
Ooh, that's a nice pop.
That's a good pop. And I'm gonna give like a 1 ounce pour to start off with. Sorry guys, I don't have video. All my camera equipment is currently packed away because I have to do video thingies tomorrow. Yeah. Oh, I've been like really busy for other things, like everything that's outside the bar. Okay. Oh yeah,
not just cover stuff, like music stuff too.
Not just cover stuff. I do a lot of like outside music stuff. I'm busy with like IRL work and a lot of other things. But let's think about the whiskey. All right, what are we looking at right now? I'm looking at the glass. I'm taking a look at the color. I'm looking at through light. You don't have to do that. I'm being like that funny guy. But sometimes some bourbons are actually lighter and darker compared to others. Then that really depends on how long it sits in a barrel. So
isn't that kind of like rums?
Yeah, actually exactly kind of like rums. It says how long you let it sit in a barrel. Right. So on the note, have you ever been instructed how to taste whiskey before?
Not really. I just when I wanted to learn how to taste my toki at the time, I would just like take a sip of it and kind of like smack my lips, just like you know.
Yeah. Aerate it a little. Yeah. That's kind of like, honestly, there's really like no wrong way to taste the whiskey, but there is like a way to taste whiskey, and it's called the Kentucky Chew, or that's like I think what they jokingly call it. So what you do is on the first you take 2 sips. The first sip is to like wash your mouth with the whiskey, actually. Okay. So it's the one that doesn't really matter too much. You just take a sip and you let it like move around your mouth, and then you swallow it. So I'm gonna go
basically wet your palate, basically.
Exactly. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this one for this. Cheers. Where's my other? I'm gonna do it imitated cheers.
Cheers.
There you go. Ooh, yeah. So my Four Roses is 50%.
Oh, is it? Mine's only 40.
Yeah, the Four Roses that you have would be the one that I prefer to shake with, right? All right. So the second one that you take, you sip, you do it again, the sloshing, and then when you swallow it, you take a deep breath from your mouth, and then you exhale through your nose, right? And then you observe what you taste from that. So.
Oh wow, that's interesting. I didn't realize I can like the sensations like I never thought that would work.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm gonna do my.
That's new to me.
I'm gonna do my second one right now. Mm-hmm. Wow. Okay. I already have a lot to say about this one. Immediately on my tongue. First of all, it's spicy. The one that I have is pretty hot. But I want to know if this was a characteristic of your bourbon, of your Four Roses. Do you happen to taste like cherry candy by any chance?
Cherries. Okay, let me take another sip and see.
It's like cherry candy.
Oh, kind of. Yeah, kind of. Like somewhere in the middle, right?
Mm-hmm. I think it's super characteristic of a lot of Four Roses so far that I've tasted to always have this kind of like candy, sugary flavor to it, you know? It's not like maple syrup sugar or anything.
Would you say it's burnt sugar? That's kind of how I'm getting it.
Caramelized sugar, maybe? Well,
Sure, yeah.
something caramelized. Maybe like for me, my experience of caramel would be like butter caramel. So when I think of like caramel, I also expect something a little bit buttery, kind of.
Yeah,
So
I know what you mean.
that's kind of why I think more instead of a caramel apple, it's like a like a glazed sugar apple, you know. It's like that crusty glazed sugar on an apple, on that kind of thing. That's what I think about. And then I guess I always attribute cherry wood almost a little bit. And I'm trying to wonder if I can figure out anything else. How about you? Is there anything that like you're picking up or can relate to from your sips?
I'm getting like where do you get your spice? I get it kind of towards the end for me. Like I'm not sure. I don't. It's not cinnamon, but it's like kind of a baking spice type thing.
Maybe like cloves. Potentially.
That might be it, right?
Cloves
yeah,
or allspice. Not 100% sure. It's for me, the kind of spice is reminiscent of it's like a rye spice kind of. If you ever had like a rye whiskey before, it's literally like spicy.
I love rye.
You know, it's like literally spicy, almost.
Right.
But yeah, it's actually been a long time since I've had this specific Four Roses. I wish I got the cheaper one, but I'm sipping the nicer one at the moment. So
I've always been interested in picking that up, given how much I like the original Four Roses.
Yeah, this Four Roses single barrel. I remember the very first time I had it. It was like butterscotch. That was the notes I got from that Four Roses. And now all the Four Roses that I seem to sip are more like candy sugar, almost. I'm wondering if I can
you saying that a while ago, and then when I started tasting my Four Roses, I'm like, oh yeah, like the Four Roses does seem a lot more like liquid candy than the other whiskeys I have.
Yeah, like I'm wondering. I mean, it's been a long time since I've had Four Roses. I'm wondering if my taste buds actually have changed, which could easily be what happened. All right. Yeah, honestly, it's all I could
hear
taste.
that it can happen, and it's just like, oh man,
Yeah,
it's like it evolves on its own. It's quite fun.
I do like the length of it, and there's not really any harsh liquor, like bad liquor taste, you know. So taste buds do change every couple of years. You are right, and taste buds definitely change when you start drinking a lot of alcohol.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. My Four Roses is there a barrel number? Mine's is not a barrel select, so Four Roses single barrel. So I have a couple. I have another Four Roses in my shelf that's like a pretty rare one.
Ooh.
Full body is a pretty good explanation of the flavor profile. I'm gonna go to Google and see what they are saying.
Yeah, I was just about to do that too. I gotta say though, I'm already like blown away because like understanding these flavors, other than it tastes good, but vaguely don't understand. Like now that you mentioned the cherries, I can't stop noticing the cherries.
All right, here we go. Here is what on their website says is their notes. Ripe plum and cherries. So we're pretty on point with. I'm pretty on point with cherries. Spices or the nose right now. They say on the nose, on the nose when you smell it, or you actually give it a whiff. They're saying dry spices, pear, cocoa, vanilla, and maple syrup. I'm curious now.
detect that.
Okay, I can pick up the maple syrup, I would say. What you need to do is like if you have it in a glass, swirl it around a little bit and then like put your entire nose in your glass. It might be a little harder with a rocks glass, but
I shall try that. Let's pour a little more into this.
dried spices. That's pretty good. The finish, yeah, I think delicately long. That's pretty good too. I like that idea.
I'll be honest, I can't detect the maple syrup.
The maple syrup. It might be because then I'm using a nosing glass. So all the vapors are being concentrated right into my nose. Whereas what you might be smelling from, it's like all of it's like just going into your face.
Yeah, it's too aerated.
How about vanilla?
I think I'm getting hints of vanilla.
Mm-hmm. Cherry brown sugar. That's what they say. Man, it's so yeah. Cherry brown sugar.
Brown sugar. That's definitely there for me.
Yeah, that's a very common. Like even with brown sugar, it's like I'm pretty sure I've had other bourbons that are really like brown sugar, like dark flavor of molasses, you know.
Oh, I get that a lot with rums. Like I felt like a lot of the rums had like a lot of molasses type of notes on it.
Absolutely. All right, I'm gonna continue sipping this as I think of some questions to ask you.
Sure.
All right. Question 1. How about this? We're gonna turn this into a little Q&A, and you can also ask me questions too, or fire them right back at me. What was the inspiration to your VTuber? Because I really like your design.
Thank you. I'll be honest. Like this might actually be a disappointing answer. It was an adoptable.
There's nothing wrong with that, honestly.
Yeah, but it was such a cool design, especially the original one. It was like a police squirrel girl. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, this sounds like a fun concept to work with. So I started to build around it and like create this whole my thing about being a warden as my thing, and my whole shtick with the streaming is wanting to be the one to rehabilitate you. That was my job, to come over and rehabilitate. And then
my VTube studio just crashed.
Oh no.
Wait, is it a fox or a squirrel, or what's the species?
It is a squirrel.
Squirrel.
The big floofy tail is meant to be a squirrel.
Do you have a big floofy tail? I need to check. Oh, hello, Kimi. Hello. Does a little spin. Kimi. No spinning in my bar. You can't. You're not allowed to twirl. Bro soul just left. No twirling in the bar.
Heck.
Heck. Question. Oh yeah. Tail check. All right. Hold on. I'm gonna allow you to stand on the bar. Oh, that's not you. I'm gonna allow you to stand on the bar momentarily to show off your tail. Okay, I'm gonna move you up.
Let's do it.
There you are. Oh, that's a fluffy ass tail.
Heck yes. Big old tail.
That's a big old tail. That's a nice tail. Now you need to get a bartender outfit.
Yes,
right.
Already, that was something I was planning on doing.
Bartender squirrel. Bartender squirrel. No spinning, but you can stand on the bar. Listen, like, Kazari is a guest. Kazari is a guest, so you're allowed to show.
I already have the Kazari cocktails hashtag. I figured I'd do more with the whole bar saying too.
All right, I'm gonna.
I guess to toss it back to you. Like, like what about yours? Like, what made
my bartender? Oh, my design, or like my philosophy of my design?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Ah, yes, yes, yes. Well, okay, and it started 6 years ago. I mean, it quite literally started 6 years ago, I guess. Has it been? Oh my god, yeah, it has been 6 years, almost seven.
Jeez.
Okay, so I started off in this community, in the Utaite community, actually, which is like Vocaloid singers, and on YouTube, and the thing you do is you make an OC, right? So I had a friend. I asked a friend to draw me like a doodle of me, and the very first outfit was it was like a hoodie.
VTubers
It was
without
actually
streams,
it was
basically.
the a Salamence hoodie, actually. That's what it was.
Okay.
And that's how I started with my gold, red, blue, gold kind of colors. And then in terms of like now though, my character design has basically like two outfits. This is my bartender outfit, and then the horns came later to fulfill the whole I like dragons, right? So I'm like, I like dragons, I like gold, I like red, so we're gonna do dragon bartender, right?
Were you perhaps like Year of the Dragon or something? Or like
I
Month of Dragon? I'm not sure
Oh
how that
yeah,
works.
yeah. I'm totally the year of the dragon. Totally, yeah. Lore wise, yes. How about lore wise? IRL wise,
Sure.
no, I'm not.
Okay.
I am not. I was not
Sorry
born.
about that.
I was no. Don't worry. I think it's kind of funny. It's because I have a profound like adoration of dragons. I would say I like them from a mythical perspective. I really
Dragons
like
are
them
awesome.
especially in like Chinese mythology, I would say. So that's like my culture, and I want to learn more about of. And yeah, that's I was like when I designed this character, I'm like I want to do bartending stuff because I was already doing mixology things, and I was like, there's no like VTuber bartenders that are actually bartending. So I was like, oh
Oh
my
my
god,
god.
did my VTuber model just die again?
It kind of
Oh
did,
my
but
god. Oh my
I,
entire. Okay, well I'm gonna. Hold on. I'm gonna. Oh, I'm staring into the void. All right, I'm gonna just do this for now. Okay.
take your time. Take your time.
Yeah.
But I get what you mean though. Like I see all these bartending VTubers and like none of them actually mix. I'm like, wait, this this seems wrong. Like you should
Yeah.
have bartenders who mix. And that's why I was so excited to see you too, was because I was like, oh my god, a VTuber that actually makes drinks.
Yeah. Like, I think the top bartender VTubers or like that had designs was like Roberu. I think was one of them. But like at the same
Right.
time, Roberto kind of has the riz of a bartender already, so
Right.
it's just like okay, he passes as a bartender, because making drinks is only one part of it, but then having like the charisma is really important too.
Yeah,
So
that's like the other half of the bartending experience.
yep. So I guess that's the thing. Okay, can I do my? I'm looking for my PNG right now. Ah, where did it go? Oh my god, I have the old PNG thing. So hold on. I think I
Time.
definitely have my own Fugi Tech somewhere. I definitely have it. But yeah, I think like I think bartending a bartender outfit is a good design to use. I like the clean cut look. I think it looks nice. And it's also a pretty simple design for the most part. It's not that complex. And personally, I kind of like more simple designs, more
That
straightforward and simple designs.
that was actually something that I kind of realized with the VTubing community. And it's like at first I was kind of not into it, but then it became its own charm point to me. Is that like being over designed is now part of the VTuber charm.
Yeah, I guess so. And that's kind of why I'm like, I'll just go with my own
Yeah,
beat of
yeah,
drum. All right.
yeah. Like it being a more simple, like straightforward design is actually like more unique at this point.
All
Oh
right.
yes, the Zaldand.
I
Let's go.
That's all I can use right now. Okay. My my phone literally just died, so should I be behind the bar or is it better that I'm just lying on the bar? Alright, well
Yeah, it's character.
I'm just lying on the bar now. Can I like remove the little hop? Okay, I can. There you go. Yeah, I don't wanna hop. No, don't hop. Oh, apply. There you go. Perfect. No hopping. You can hop. You're allowed to hop.
Sure.
Okay.
Then I shall.
Oh wait, your character doesn't hop. Okay. Let's see. I still have a little bit poured right now, but I'm totally open to pour the next one. And how about we do Woodford?
Sure, let's do it.
So I have just a Woodford Reserve. Oh my god, this is a 1 liter. What am I? Okay, that's a lot of Woodford. Fine by me. Well, I gotta open this up right now. So Woodford is actually a really nice bourbon too. That's a very even more cherries, honestly, if I remember correctly. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, my bad. A little bit of a sad note. The reason I got Woodford was because of Nina Kosaka.
Oh, wait, is it because she likes Woodford?
So she had this vodka infusion stream, which was like the coolest thing. Like she was teaching people how to like infuse things and like trying a bunch of weird stuff.
Uh-huh.
And she mentioned throughout the conversation, it was just like other like bar heads in the chat, including myself, were in there, and I was like she brought up like Woodford, and that's something she goes to a lot for bourbon. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to try this.
Okay.
I don't go to it enough. I've only made like a few old fashions with it, but like
Have you ever just tasted it by itself?
I've not actually. So
all right, well, guess you're in for a treat. I got a clean glass right now, and I'm gonna pour a little bit in here. Got like a 1 ounce pour. Oh my god, look, like if you still have a little bit of your old bourbon, take a look at the color difference. Actually, it kind of does have a Woodford is definitely lives up to its name. Right. So, all right.
That's kind of how I felt when I was just first drinking whiskeys and understood nothing. It's like, these taste like wood. These taste like good wood.
Yep. I mean, whiskey is just wood water with alcohol. All right. I'm gonna drink some water to like wash out that previous bourbon.
Oh, that's a good idea. I should do that too.
Also, hydrate. Hydrate's also really good. So, I'm gonna do the wash, and then I'm gonna do the second sip. So, down the hatch. First sip. Cheers.
Cheers.
Woo. Woo. Okay, yeah. That's like a lot of wood. Definitely a little bit less of that cherry candy, but still cherries. Cherries are definitely still here. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I don't mean this in a bad way, but it's like the Four Roses, they kind of feel more like cherry syrupy.
Yeah.
Whereas like this one is just straight cherry.
Yeah, I think if I were to be specific, it's like black cherries, dark red black cherries kind of thing.
Yeah, definitely. I
Then
definitely detected that.
My favorite thing, I guess, about this right now is on the aftertaste. It's dark chocolate, 100% dark chocolate. either dark chocolate or cacao. You know, it comes on the after taste, and that's a thing that I think people are gonna love or hate. You know, I think if you're a coffee drinker, you're gonna love it, right?
I do love the taste of dark chocolate. I could swear Four Roses was advertised like that, but I could never detect the chocolate.
Yeah. Over here, can you taste it? He's dead. I am Zal dead now. Can you taste the aftertaste in this?
I'm gonna take another sip.
It's definitely more reminiscent of dark chocolate to me. Verdict.
Oh, I'm getting a little bit of it.
It
Yeah.
comes after, right?
Yeah, like really late.
Yep.
But that's nice. Holy moly.
I'm gonna take a look at Woodford. Does Woodford have any flavor text on here? Nah, it doesn't. I wonder which distillery this mostly comes from. Okay. Oh, I have to put in my birth date. Remember me.
Kentucky Straight Notes.
Alrighty.
Honey and spice leather. Touch of cocoa.
Leather.
Little smoke.
Okay. If that's what leather tastes like, that's exactly what I'm thinking about. It's like
there was a leathery taste, but I wasn't sure if that was meant to be a positive, but
that's part of it.
Yeah.
Cherries is for sure, right? That's interesting. Faint vanilla on the nose. Rich, chewy, rounded, smooth. Yep. Cinnamon, cacao. I taste cherries. Complex citrus. I don't think I taste citrus, to be honest. But definitely chocolate and cocoa for me.
Oh, vanilla cream. I don't know what butterscotch tastes like, but I haven't a guess. I have an imagination of what that might taste like, and I can see it.
I could taste a little bit of that tobacco-ish bitterness, right? Not that I've never smoked before, honestly, so. But chocolate is a big one for me. I pick up cocoa, right? Cherries, dark red cherries is big on me. Big flavor for me. I don't know if I can pick up citrus, they're saying. So, spices for sure, just from general heat. Hi, Lokar, how you doing? Hello.
Oh, hello there.
Woodford Reserve. I'm here at the bar with Nontasu Kazari. We're drinking bourbon. We're just tasting stuff.
Yep.
So supposedly Woodford Reserve.
Nice to see you, Lakar.
Woodford Reserve is supposedly mostly wheat, which is interesting. I think I want to see what other people have said about Woodford specifically. Bourbon culture, Bullet versus Woodford. Well, Bullet bourbon is actually the very first bourbon that I bought, and Bullet is sweet as hell.
Is it?
Yeah.
I saw some when I was looking for the whatchamacallit, and I was like, I did want to eventually like expand my bar a little and like try some stuff I haven't tried before. So that might be something for next time.
Well, like I think the best way to taste or try spirits is actually just go to a bar that might have it, because like sometimes you're not gonna know if you're gonna like a spirit, you know,
unless some pro can serve it to you the right way.
Well, when you just have spirits straight up, right, there's really nothing that's gonna change from it. But would you rather buy like sure, like a shot would be, I don't know, like a shot of good whiskey could be like $20-$25 potentially, right?
Oh,
But
jeez.
or do you pay $60, $70 for that same for the full bottle, right? And then like if you end up not liking it, well now you're like $70 out.
Right.
Whereas you go to the
right.
bar and they just pour you a 1 ouncer, you basically just try it, and then they're like, oh, I just spent like $25. That's all.
True. True.
That's how I see it. I mean, for me, when oftentimes I'll just buy a bottle of whiskey straight up because I think I've tasted enough whiskey to be like, yeah, meh, or things like that, and not like completely outright hate it so far. But
Oh man, I wish I had that. I got larceny for the first time, and I was like, God, I need to get away from this bottle.
Which larceny do you have?
Whatever is like I I wouldn't say cheap because it was like average price for a bottle of whiskey, but like it didn't take
What was that?
like the 28-ish dollar one, 25, 28.
Oh, okay. Larceny ain't that bad, honestly, but it's just different, I would say. I can't remember if larceny is mostly wheat. I think it might be mostly a wheat bourbon. Yeah.
I believe so. Yeah, it's a weeder, right?
Yep, it's a weeded bourbon.
I remember like looking up like it was a how to drink. It was like he was reviewing different types of whiskeys. And like he was talking about how like he wasn't a big fan of weeders either, and like completely like I had forgotten about that video, so I wasn't like biased from that video. But then I had the larceny, which was a weeder, and I'm like, this is not for me. I apparently my dad really liked it, so like
yeah,
I can see other people liking it. It just wasn't for me.
I think the thing about weeded bourbons, are you have to try the right one. And unfortunately the right ones, they're all upwards $200, $500, $2,000. Have you ever heard of Pappy Van Winkle?
Isn't that one like $2,000?
Oh yeah, well, they can go upwards to $2,000, but Pappy Van Winkle is like the grandfather of it's a very famous bourbon brand, and those are weeded bourbons. Okay. So I have a couple weeded bourbons. Maker's Mark is actually mostly weeded, but the only Maker's Mark that I ever like drinking are they're the Maker's Mark 46 cask strength. So pretty high proof, but they are a flavor bomb, honestly. They're amazing. Okay. And the larceny that I have is a barrel proof larceny, and it's I can't really get into barrel proof yet. I swear to God, that's just too hot to me. It's so high proof that as soon as it hits your tongue, it just evaporates. It's like not a very pleasant drinking experience for me yet. So
okay.
I don't recommend anyone really getting barrel proof anything unless you I don't know, you're insane.
Is that basically like the whiskey equivalent of what's that term again? Overproof?
Oh, it's massively overproofed. So you know how the larceny you bought is probably maybe 40 to 42% ish.
Right. Yeah, that's what most of my bottles are.
The larceny barrel proof is 61.9%.
Oh my god.
That's
god.
10% close to literally Everclear.
Jesus.
When I say that it literally just evaporates off your tongue, it really does do that. That's like the
Yeah,
highest proof whiskey I have in my bar.
I almost like it. The first time I tried like hard alcohol, it's like the only thing you notice is the fire and burning. I
Yeah.
wonder if I get back to that with like a proof that high.
Well, the next stage for you would probably be going to the higher proof ones, like 50% to 51. So the those would be considered like cask strength, I would say.
Cast strength. Okay,
Yeah.
that's what that means. Okay.
Kind of ish. Hey, how's it going? We're tasting whiskey
Hello.
with Kazari.
Hello.
Yeah. Like this the Woodford is 45%, right? That you have.
Right. Yeah.
What does the label batch say on yours actually?
Well, it's actually so it says 45.2, and then it
Yeah.
says proprietary batch.
Yep, same here. Does it have like a label batch by any chance?
Yeah,
What-
80.99.
80.99. Mine's is 32.91. Bottle number 2192167. I don't think it really
44.76.
matters. I don't think it really matters too much. I mean, it kind of does matter when you're having higher proof whiskey, I would say, because every barrel actually will taste different, kind of. It can taste different.
Oh,
yeah, this
so
Woodford,
like,
it's good.
knowing exactly which barrel it is might matter.
Yeah, like I mentioned, that one my Four Roses that I bought, my Four Roses Select, the barrel that I bought is a rare barrel. That's apparently
Ooh.
more like they say it tastes better than others. So
Interesting.
I don't know if that's true. I mean, I'd have to buy another barrel. So all right,
Could be marketing, but
well, it's not. So it could be marketing, but it partially not. Sometimes it really does matter the lot of barrels you get.
yeah.
That's
I'm
good.
just being cynical, but it's like I get it's like it. I do have reason to believe that some of the more expensive stuff is actually to snuff, because I quite love Hibiki. That's like the most expensive bottle I've ever owned, and like I love that stuff.
Hibiki Harmony.
Yes.
Yeah, Hibiki Harmony's pretty good. That's a very distinct. I don't
It's
like
very
it.
weird.
I actually don't
Yeah.
like it as much anymore, but I remember when I did like it, I enjoyed it for its like ripe fruit flavor. It's smooth. It was like I thought it was pretty smooth, to be honest.
After trying other whiskeys, it's so much weirder than any other whiskey, but in like a pleasant way. to
Yeah,
me.
that because Japanese whiskey is closer to scotches than bourbons. Bourbon, American whiskey is like 50% corn and a very distinct flavor. I always categorize bourbon as always a punch in your tongue first, and then it's like sweetness, you know. There's always a kick with bourbon first. And then it mellows out. With scotches, whiskey without the E, essentially. I don't know if you have your bottle of Hibiki in front of you, but you notice how there's no E on the whiskey?
I do have Toki in front of me actually, and
Yeah.
it doesn't have the E.
Yep. Only American whiskey has an EY.
Interesting.
So that's like, I don't know if that's just like legal mumbo jumbo, but you still have the maple
yeah.
whiskey that you haven't touched for 15. I also have Canadian maple syrup whiskey, and I hate it. It's
Oh,
too
no.
sweet. It's so sweet. I don't understand them Canadians, bro. Like, what exactly do they like about sugary stuff?
I've been wanting to get to Canadian whiskey at some point though. But,
There's apparently some good Canadian whiskey still out there. I just haven't found it. So
I've heard that like a big reason why Americans are super into rye was because during the Prohibition they basically had to import it's Canadian whiskey, which is very rye-y.
that is true, actually. I think
Is it? Okay.
they had a. I think in Canada rye whiskey is very popular. right?
Okay.
It's a type of rye whiskey. So, man,
Like
this Woodford Reserve.
it's semi unique to them, but also it tastes
Yeah.
similar to like American rice, right?
Yeah. Huh. I'm looking at more about the Woodford. I like it. It
I
definitely,
do like
as I
this,
sip on
yeah.
it more, I'm like, oh, there's so much cherry, and now it tastes like cherry candy again. So, but then
I'm
I,
glad
but
I
like,
finally get to like properly taste it because it's like
yeah,
it's been kind of sitting there and like I didn't really know what to do with it, especially because I couldn't identify it until
yeah,
now.
yeah.
But
See, like that's why
it's
you
real
gotta
nice
drink.
stuff.
That's why you gotta drink with someone else so that you can try to help find it. And similarly, like there might be something that you taste and you tell me, and then I might think about it, and then I'll taste it, you know.
I'm nowhere near skilled enough for that, but I'll definitely try.
Well, it's just like, does it, the way that you link it back is just think about the food you eat, and like, does it remind you of something, right?
True, true.
That's the fun thing about tasting spirits, you know. So I always, yeah, for this one, it's like cherries, a little bit of the candy, and like that caramel honey ish flavor, and then chocolate after, oaky chocolate and spice, you know. That's like
Yeah,
a
after
good way to say.
again, once I finally noticed it, like I can't untaste it,
Yep.
which I don't I don't want to untaste it. It's great, but it's just like
Yeah.
it like this enigmatic like sort of flavor, and now like oh okay, I can pull it apart a little bit, and that feels awesome.
See, because the thing is, when as you start, that's how you start characterizing whiskeys, right? And that's what allows you to choose what spirit to add to a cocktail. You know, it's like, maybe I want to do a cocktail that's gonna be cherry forward. I'm like, for example, I want to do an old fashioned that is got a good amount of cherry notes to it. Well, maybe I'll use a Four Roses, right? Four Roses and a maraschino maraschino liqueur, and
Right.
then orange peel, right? That's right there. You're gonna get a lot of cherry. You're gonna bring out a lot of cherry from that bourbon, right?
I remember like that's also like why you have to take note of when you feel the sensation too, because I'm like
Yes.
tasting it. And like I remember actually this is why I became like pretty decent, at least is I would think with rums, was because like okay, now that I know that like I get this flavor then that flavor, and like most importantly like the banana funk at the end,
Oh
you know,
yeah.
with Jamaican rums
Yes.
that I love. Like when I realize what part of the evolution that it comes, then I know like okay, when I'm trying to like concoct the cocktail, like I need to know where I'm meant to hit in like the sequence so that like I don't accidentally hide a note, or maybe I do want to hide a note
Mm-hmm.
because I don't like that note or something like that.
Right. Absolutely. You are on the money. Absolutely on the money. Honestly, I should try out more dark rums personally, but uh but like my favorite rum is Smith and Cross. So,
Man, I maybe I'm not looking hard enough, but I remember the last time I went on a bottle run, I couldn't find that. But I
oh,
really
Smith and
wanted to try
Cross.
Smith and Cross one day.
Ooh, that is pure banana funk. If you like that super
Oh,
strong stuff, yeah, you'll love Smith and Cross then.
I freaking love the banana funk of a Jamaican rum.
Yeah, you'll love Smith and Cross then.
All
All right.
right.
I was thinking
Hopefully I can
about
find that one day.
pouring some of Buffalo Trace now,
Let's do it.
because
I have a
this
brand
is
new bottle, completely unopened. So
absolutely wonderful. Let me make sure that my Buffalo Trace is actually Buffalo Trace. I think I
Where's
will
the-
pour. I
Oh,
will
there
just
it
pour.
is.
So this is my recommendation because Buffalo Trace is like my golden standard of bourbon. It's not the best.
Okay.
It's not the best, but it's not the worst, but it's better than most. That's how I see it. You know?
Okay.
So
It's it's kind of how I feel about Blue Moon.
oh man, wait, like beer?
In terms of beers, yeah. Like Blue Moon isn't
Yeah.
my favorite beer, but it's the beer I could have and never be
Well,
tired of.
yeah. I would say Buffalo Trace is like it's getting hard to get apparently, but it's a very popular bourbon and probably one that I'm pretty familiar with. It's I can tell you right now if you want to think about it when you take your 2 sips. It's spice, caramel, and cherry wood, I think. Let me see if I'm right on my sips.
Spice, caramel, cherry wood. Gotcha.
Oh,
Ooh, I get the caramel right away, even with the rinse.
butterscotch actually, too. Oh,
Yeah, there is a butteriness to it. Yeah.
oh yeah, yep. That's why I like using this stuff in cocktails so much. It has that. Oh my god, it really does have that butter. It really does
I
have
get
that.
strong spice. I get like really strong spice comparatively.
Yep. Cinnamon. A lot of like, I think cinnamon and cloves, maybe. Not more cinnamon actually. But oh my god, the second sip is just like, oh, that tastes like butterscotch. To me, there's something about it that is, it's a good bourbon to use. Try making a whiskey sour with this one. You'll be blown away.
Sure. I'll
Like
probably make one later tonight or something.
Yeah, like one with an egg white and everything. Buffalo Trace. Notes. I'm gonna look up what the professionals say about Buffalo Trace. Vanilla is great. Molasses is a definite, you know, for sure.
Buffalo Trace bourbon. Yeah.
Definitely a good sweetness to it, you know.
Hyundai Kona versus Subaru Crosstrek. Look what
Oh my god, that's an advertisement. That's cringe. That's gonna be on the stream.
Wow,
Huh?
this one from Breaking Bourbon on the nose. Was the first 2 words instantly likable.
Honestly, like, I agree, but I do also agree that the depth and the length of the flavor is not that long, actually.
Nothing wrong with that. Like sometimes
Yeah.
something is simple and perfect.
Yeah, well, that's why this is such a good one to have for a cocktail. I'm looking at the what other people are saying about it.
It's kind of like that was a term that How to Drink uses sometimes for like simple drinks that he likes. Is just uncomplicated. Like
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
sometimes that's great. Just it's uncomplicated. It doesn't have to be. It's not trying to impress you with its complexity. It's just simple and good.
Mm-hmm. Consider it a gateway. It's the gateway bourbon. This one. I consider this a good gateway bourbon. If I had to introduce someone to bourbon,
I can
this
see
is
that
the one.
actually. Yeah, like it. This is really easy to enjoy, but it's also like again, like going back to the simple and perfect. Like that's sort of the point. Like it's just a simple and good. Like,
Yep.
I'm into that.
Earthy roasted sweetness, dried apples. I don't think I get applesauce.
Buffalo Trace Bourbon doesn't have a flavor profile that screams unique, and that's probably by design. Buffalo Trace Distillery doesn't disclose its exact mash bill. All that, but then it's like it's not trying to be the most unique bourbon at the party, just one that everyone gets along with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's just I'm
Oh,
trying to see
okay.
what people are saying about the flavors too.
I'm seeing they mentioned toffee. That more describes that kind of like sweet,
Buttery.
buttery, like
Yeah.
sugary
Is
flavor.
is toffee basically just carrot like butterscotch?
I don't know butterscotch. I know toffee. So like
Butters
toffee resonates with me more in terms of
toffee
like trying to describe it.
butterscotch. Uh Toffee versus butterscotch. Butterscotch is cooked to a soft crack stage. Toffee is produced by allowing the same butter and brown sugar mixture to reach hard cracking. Oh, they're basically the same exact material. It's just oh, toffee is brittle and more breakable. I see. They are actually the same. It's like brown sugar and butter.
Oh, I'm trying to remember what cake it was, or like some kind of dessert, where it's like literally the two of the same thing. It just depends how you cook it in terms of the ingredients.
But yeah, this Buffalo Traces, I definitely don't get as much of that like candy, that super candy like cherry from compared to the other bourbons.
I wasn't sure if I got that candy from the Woodford, but I definitely got it from the Four Roses.
Yeah, I did get it from from the Woodford a little bit more, but like again, it was like kind of counteracted by that chocolatey kind of tobacco-ish kind of kick at the end, but it's like both very long lasting. I definitely think the Four Roses and the Woodford actually lasted longer in their flavor. The Buffalo Trace is just like, here it is, here's all the flavors up front, you know. That's how I think of it. So
true. I wasn't sure what to think of the aftertaste, and it was kind of because like compared to the other ones, it wasn't. It doesn't finish as well, but it's also like, well, that's what the other ingredients in the cocktail are for.
Yeah, I would probably say that it's the flavor of, or this Buffalo Trace lasts a little longer than maybe your Four Roses, right? Because probably the Four Roses you have, because of the proof, it's like pretty fleeting as well, but it tastes like candy, you know?
Yeah.
But this one is it's my benchmark bourbon. Buffalo Trace is basically my benchmark bourbon. And I'm trying to hoard as much as I can with it. Because like apparently it's not that easy to get now. If I may ask, how much did you spend for your bottle of Buffalo Trace?
It was like, I mean, roughly similar amounts, like somewhere between 25 and 30.
Man, I wish I could grab a Buffalo Trace between 25 and 30. Man, everything's such an upcharge where I live.
Oh no.
Man. That's pretty good. That's a pretty damn good price. Unfortunately, I have to pay a lot more for my whiskey or something.
Oh no.
But it is what it is. That's just how it is, I guess. I'm gonna drink some water.
I don't remember if it was like particularly hard to find here. Like, I didn't really check how much inventory they have. I just I was looking for it, found it on the shelf, and grabbed it. But like, it's running dry where you're at.
I don't know. Sometimes it's just not easy to get. That's all I can say.
Ah, okay. I remember like I was really depressed, and like that's why like I really panic bought. Like, I didn't plan for it. It wasn't in the budget, but I like panic bought some Hibiki when I saw it, just because I was like, oh, I remember like I think the barrels actually did run dry for Hibiki, and therefore like it's super rare now.
So the one that is the barrel that specifically ran dry for Hibiki is the Hibiki itself, not the Harmony. The Hibiki Harmony is in surplus, because the Hibiki Harmony is just a blend of a bunch of their whiskeys. It's not their actual. It's not their actual Hibiki 12 or their Hibiki 21.
Oh, those ones, right?
Yep.
I did want to kind of get those one day and save those for like only the most special occasions, like
Yep.
when I get married, when my brothers get married,
That's
etc.
when I get married. Well, I have a Yamazaki and a Hakushu 12.
Oh man,
Those two are also pretty
Yamazaki
popular.
was gonna be my like super special occasion drink too.
Yep. Like, I've had the Yamazaki and the Hibiki before. I mean, the Yamazaki and the Hakushu, and both are good. But like, it's been a long time since I've tasted them now. Maybe I'll appreciate a lot more because I really like peaty things. I like that smoky like swamp flavor. Honestly, so. But I also like bourbon. So, goddamn Buffalo Traces.
This stream is reminding me how much I like bourbon because I was like, I thought I had fully moved on to rye because I just
Yeah.
like, I tried one rye, I think it was the Old Granddad, and then I like instantly fell in love, and I was like, oh man, okay, I'm gonna buy a bunch of ryes.
Which Old Granddad?
I forget.
Did
And, like,
Granddad does rye?
Well, so like I think what it was because I remember reading the Granddad I have, and it's like, oh, it's technically a bourbon, but it says high rye mash bill.
Oh, the high rye mash bill. Gotcha.
Yeah. And then also like I got like Greenhouse rye, and I love that too.
Oh, yep. Rittenhouse is the king of is just the king of cocktail rye, in my opinion.
That's also why I want to try Canadian whiskeys at some point too. It's because like apparently if they're high rye, like I would love that. Given that I loved every other rye I've tried so far.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've got a bottle of the specifically like Old Granddad normal bourbon. Because I have right now in my hands I have an Old Granddad 114, which is like, well, it's 114 proof.
Oh, jeez.
So 50%, 57%. But it's really yummy, actually. This is a very, very good bourbon, too, actually. It's been a long time since I found it. So this is a pretty special bottle, kind of. But I've, like, drank half the bottle already. As for, like, rye...
the other half, at least.
Yeah, as for, like, rye whiskeys, you gotta try... Someday you gotta... If you can splurge and find it for a good deal, I recommend getting a Whistle Pig 10.
I might have that actually already, but I'll check.
I think you had the 6, right? Whistle Pig smaller one, I think. I saw it in your bar.
Okay.
Whistle Pig I think it's 6, is it? Let me see.
I
Piggyback,
know I've
right?
never I believe so.
Yeah.
I remember picking up a Whistle Pig just because I saw you posting in Miori's chat once, and I was just like, "Ooh, and anything Zao endorses, I better try that shit one day."
I should get a sponsorship for something like that. So like, the Whistle Pig 6 was good, but you gotta try like their tried and true brand, which is the 10. I think that's like the good entry level into the Whistle Pig products, because after the 10 it gets insanely expensive, like crazy expensive, but they're so good at the Whistle Pig 10 is probably the rye that will give you the most like minty grassy flavors. Ooh. Which is really interesting if you really like not Jim I'm trying to remember Haitian. If you like Haitian rum, actually, that is you're gonna get a lot of that like grassy kind of vegetal flavors in the Whistle Pig.
Okay.
So
I don't think I know anything about Haitian rum, but like
well, I think there are also some Jamaican rums that give that grassy kind of vegetal flavor. You know, it's part of the banana funk, maybe.
Yeah, okay. I do think some of my Jamaican rum has that, so okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely interested in that.
Yeah, just don't pay for Whistle Pig. Just don't pay above like $80 for a
All
10.
right.
It's not worth $80 a Whistle Pig 10.
I'm terrified to pay over like 50 for anything I don't know is good.
Oh, if you want like I don't know, you might if you were able to find a Buffalo Trace for like 25-30, you might be able to find my favorite bourbon of all time, Eagle Rare 10. You might be able to find that for like 35-40 then. Oh,
Okay.
that Eagle Rare 10 is like it basically takes the Buffalo Trace because they're from the same distillery. Eagle Rare 10 and Buffalo Trace are from the same distillery, the Buffalo Trace Distillery.
Okay.
And the Eagle Rare 10, in my opinion, basically adds a little bit of tobacco to the Buffalo Trace and makes the life longer in its flavor. Because we
Ooh.
just talked about how the Buffalo Trace is pretty fleeting. Like, it gives you all the flavor up front and this butterscotch and everything right there. And then it kind of just like fizzles out.
It kind of dies right away, yeah.
Yep. The Eagle Rare 10 kind of just like rounds it up a lot more, you know. I consider it a much better sipper bourbon and would go amazing in like old fashions. It's my favorite bourbon for old fashions.
Oh man. The, all this whiskey has made me crave badly an old fashioned.
I'll make it old fashioned.
Or like an improved whiskey cocktail with like
Yeah.
all the
The-
extra stuff to it, the maraschino, the absinthe. I usually add a little bit of elderflower too.
It's been a while since I've made an improved whiskey cocktail. Actually,
I
all I do, honestly, I don't really go. I haven't tried it with the absinthe, but I've done like the maraschino cherry liquor. No, the maraschino liquor.
Yeah.
I
I
actually
love
really
it with
like
fucking my elderflower liqueur. Actually, I found.
That's interesting to me because I'm not. I guess I gotta try it before I think about it because like
Is it one of those things that doesn't sound right to you? I was actually
yeah, that's right.
you I hope you don't mind if I bring this up, but
Go
so
for it.
I was I'm starting to make a lot of cocktails for a bunch of different VTubers as well.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so do you know the VTuber Uto Owo?
Yeah, I do.
So
Yeah.
I made him a drink, this like crazy thing with like Midori and absinthe and lime juice and ginger beer.
Okay.
And like he was saying on stream about how like he didn't he was unclear or how this would possibly work, especially with absinthe, because it's so freaking strong that it's like adding a whole ounce sounds crazy.
You
when
added a whole ounce of absinthe?
Yes, it calls for a whole ounce.
What?
Yeah, and he was not sure how this was meant to work.
I'm
But then,
not
like-
sure how that's supposed to work.
I made it and it was really good and I thought it was well balanced, but I wasn't sure if I was crazy, but he tried it on stream and he actually really liked it himself.
That's a win. If you're able to make a customer happy with a drink, that's all that matters. Okay. What
Hell
did
yeah.
what did you do? You do 1 ounce of absinthe, 1 ounce of Midori, then what?
So it was like 2 ounces of Midori, I believe. So
2 ounces of Midori. Good gracious.
like 1 full ounce of simple, because
Uh-huh.
I knew I had to like balance the absinthe pretty aggressively, so I had to like get a little aggressive with the ingredients.
Okay, so 1 ounce of absinthe, 1 ounce of simple syrup, 2 ounces of Midori. What else?
I was looking for the recipe. Here it is. 1 ounce of lime juice.
Okay.
You shake you shake that. You can open gate pour, or in my case, I shake and strain because I use cloudy ice for shaking and clear ice for the final drink. And then you top that with ginger beer.
How much ginger beer did you add?
Just honestly, I didn't measure it, just like until the glass was full.
Okay. Huh.
And then like I found that dilutes the absinthe enough where
Yeah.
like you get enough of the rest of it.
It's just gonna be, I mean, I'm gonna have to try it, honestly, myself sometime.
I know I try a bunch of weird shit.
No, that's the point though. You try the weird shit, and then all you need is just someone to try it out and roast it. I will happily do that in a very friendly setting. That's all.
Yeah, and then like to tie that back to like the whole elderflower liqueur thing was just like I remember I wanted to make like a more fancy old fashioned one day, but I didn't have everything yet. I didn't even have the absinthe yet.
Okay.
So I was just like, okay, so an improved whiskey cocktail back in the day was just basically what bartenders. It was just a whiskey cocktail, but with the bartender's unique spin. So I was like, okay, what sounds good to me right now? Like elderflower liqueur, this and that. I forget what else I added. And I was like, oh wait, I like in an old fashioned variant, I really, really freaking love elderflower liqueur.
Okay. Well, I have some Saint Germain, and I have a little bit of my whiskey here from the previous one. I'm just gonna add it.
Okay.
I'm gonna add like a half a bar spoon of Saint Germain to just the Woodford, a little bit. I just want to see what it does to it.
Maybe I'm crazy. That's why I thought
I'm not doing any measurements. I'm simply just seeing what the blend of flavors I should expect. Okay, I can smell the elderflower for sure.
Yeah, that's the point of experimenting. Yeah, Juan. For real. I find that's a lot. Like, there's a lot of cocktails I make where I just let my hands move.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's good. It tastes good. And there's a reason why they call Saint Germain bartender's ketchup.
Honestly, it was that exact video that made me want to try both buying elderflower liqueur and then just adding it to nearly everything. Wasn't that an Educated Barfly video?
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
actually
where
pretty pleasant. The adding a little bit elderflower liqueur to the Woodford Reserve kind of mellows out the spice, but like it actually brings back a little bit of the that toffee, a little bit, and then a lot more fruit. Yeah. It brings you can definitely taste like cherry for sure with it. That's actually not too bad.
It like brings up the sweetness a fairly significant
I
amount,
definitely
right?
would only use like a bar spoon of elderflower liqueur if I was gonna make an old fashioned out of it.
Yeah, I always dole it out in like really tiny amounts, like maximum half an ounce.
That's interesting. That is, even half an ounce would be too much, I think.
Oh, I did find that it was too much when I was experimenting with some stuff. Yeah.
Well, like,
am I crazy for thinking it tastes like boba? Because when I first tasted elderflower liqueur, I was like, just to try it, I'm like, wait, what does this remind me of? Because it reminds me something strongly.
It reminds me of lychee.
Lychee?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that might be a better comparison, but I definitely, like, when I tasted it, I'm like, why does this remind me so strongly of something my brother likes to drink? And I was like, I was thinking, it was like, oh, it tastes like boba. That's why.
Yeah, so maybe, but like the boba pearl, you mean?
Yeah.
Well, the sugar, boba is just like what, like starch and sugar, kind of. It's what the boba was like soaked in or something.
Right.
So,
right.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm thinking about your cocktail that you made for Uwu to Owo, and it's just like because he's such a mad scientist guy.
That was part of the point. I knew he had to have absinthe in it because he was like, oh, he's like a crazy person.
Well, it reminds me because you almost did it all in a is it called a daisy format? The one where all the cocktails are, all the proportions are 1-to-1. Let me see. Basically, no, hold on, that's not it. There's a cocktail out there called the Industry Sour, and it is the weirdest it is the weirdest concoction of ingredients you'll ever think of. It is 1 ounce of green chartreuse, 1 ounce of simple syrup, 1 ounce of lime juice, and then 1 ounce of Fernet Branca. I think it's Fernet Branca.
Okay.
And it's like really, really weird. It's like minty absinthe-y, because green chartreuse is very
Herbal, right?
herbal and star anise kind of.
If I can interrupt just for a second, like
Yeah.
I'm so upset.
Ooh, excuse me.
I've not actually been able to like try green chartreuse, and now apparently it's become very rare.
Yeah. Unfortunately. Oh, last word. It's the last word ratio. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's. I still have. Oh, how much? I have 2/3 of a bottle of green chartreuse, and now I'm not touching it ever again. I have a full bottle of yellow chartreuse, and I probably am not touching that ever again too.
Oh Lord.
Unless yellow chartreuse is like still available. Cause that stuff is really important in making a naked and famous for me.
That's
Yellow.
that's a hell of a name of a cocktail.
It's a great cocktail. It's from the Death and Company book. Oh my god, it's so expensive.
Wait,
Yellow chartreuse.
Naked and Famous, right?
Yeah, naked and famous. It's 1 part yellow chartreuse, 1 part Aperol, 1 part mezcal, and then 1 part lime juice. And it is it's very delicious. Very
Okay.
delicious. I highly recommend it. If you can get your hands on some yellow chartreuse,
Somehow.
it's pretty good. But the substitute for yellow chartreuse would be I think it's what is it? Is it Strega? I think it's either Strega or something else that I had over here. I just start buying so much freaking liqueurs that I don't know what I'm buying anymore. Okay, yeah, it is Strega. If you can find Strega, it's pretty close to yellow chartreuse, I would say. Some say it's better. So.
Okay. Very good.
Ooh.
Give that a quick Google.
Yeah. It's like really yellow. I read somewhere the like Stregas. Some guy was like, I prefer Strega over yellow chartreuse. I'm like, okay, so we'll just try it out.
Well, maybe he was onto something because now chartreuse in general is very rare.
Yeah, well, the thing about like green chartreuse though, there's nothing like it, you know? Like green chartreuse is one of those spirits that's just like there's nothing like green chartreuse. You'd have to make it yourself.
Particularly sad because
Yeah.
I was whatchamacallit, I needed green chartreuse for like another VTuber cocktail I wanted to work on, but it's like, oh wait, like what exactly would be a good substitute? And like some places recommended like absinthe or Grand Marnier. I'm like those two sound very different.
Oh, super different. Like absinthe is the closest because of all of the star anise, I would say, but it just doesn't have the vegetal and herbal aspects, all the herbal aspects. I don't use absinthe very often because I only use it in sprays or like stuff. I just have this St. George absinthe.
I have that same one.
I have a small ass bottle. Woo.
That stuff is so good.
Ooh, it's so. Take a whiff of it. It's just like freaking, god damn.
It's powerful, but it's so good.
Fine brandy, so much star anise and mint and wormwood. Yeah, that smells like star anise.
Yeah, I love it so much. Like I didn't realize how much I loved absinthe until I did my first absinthe rinse. I'm like, oh my god, this is so good.
The nose on it is so nice. Yeah, have you've done like a Sazerac?
Not yet, actually. I need to try that.
Yeah, definitely try Sazerac. Make sure you get the Peychaud bitters, because the Peychaud bitters just magically works with absinthe so well. I don't understand, and it's like such a pretty like bright red color too. So the Peychaud bitters are great for coloring cocktails pink. I would say.
What makes that different from Angostura? Just from curiosity, because I know like a bunch of cocktails called specifically for Peychaud bears, but also like
Mm-hmm.
like and like when they specify Peychaud bears, they mean Peychaud bears. They don't mean like any other bitters.
Yeah, because Peychaud Bitters is a brand, and it's a proprietary like family blend of stuff, kind of like Angostura Bitters. So there's nothing.
Yeah.
It's one of those. There's nothing like Peychaud Bitters. You know, same as there's nothing like Angostura Bitters, right?
Okay.
So,
It's crazy how much a bitters can affect things.
oh, absolutely. Like, especially in whiskey, old fashions, and things like that. Like, a bartender's spice rack is their bitters. You know, that's just how it is for and like mixologists. I always love my favorite or my most used bitters are like, of course, Angostura. Besides Angostura bitters and orange bitters, they would be chocolate bitters and I guess I've been using Hellfire bitters are so much fun to use.
I've actually seen those. I was kind of intimidated to pick those up, though.
It's not that spicy, but it's fun to use. It's habanero shrub, and it's like it's fun to add a little bit of kick to cocktails, you know. So
For real, like I've been wanting for the longest time to pick up like Ancho Reyes.
oh, that's so
Because
good. Ancho Reyes is actually not a very spicy liqueur. It's actually more sweet, I would say.
oh, interesting.
It's
So
it's
it's
a
like the sweet side of peppers or something
it's
like that.
it's if you buy Ancho Reyes chili liqueur, I would consider it sweet heat, you know.
Yeah, okay, I can imagine that.
So I definitely recommend picking up a bottle of that, just if it's not that expensive for you. It's just
Mostly because like I'm thinking of it like okay, so like these chili liqueurs,
Yep.
like a bigger reason I wanted to try that is because like I wanted to try like all these like Hellfire type like theme drinks for like Hades or like
yeah.
Cinder VTuber or like all that kind of stuff.
Uh-huh.
A-
Yeah.
And so
yeah.
eventually I did want to pick up some Ancho Reyes.
I think it'd be a great idea. You should definitely pick it up. That's I've gone through like at least 2 or 3 bottles of Ancho Reyes because I use it for shots. I make like shots out of him. So
Oh, that sounds
my
fun
one of my
too.
one of my favorite like tequila shot is like a fire shot essentially, or just like a heat. It's like a pepper shot. Well, no, it's basically I fill a shot glass half with Ancho Reyes and then a shot glass half with mezcal, and then I add 2 or 3 drops of habanero shrub, and it becomes kind of like a spicy tequila shot.
Ooh.
And basically, what happens when you take it is the first thing to hit your tongue will be the mezcal, the smoky mezcal with the habanero shrub, but then you're kind of like kissed with a sweet heat at the end because the density of Ancho Reyes is higher than the mezcal. So the Ancho Reyes always stays at the bottom. So the last thing that hit your tongue will be sweet heat.
Nice.
That's how I like when you make like shooters and shots. It's a lot of fun to create an
Layered-
experience. Yeah,
The
layering
layered
things.
experience, yeah.
Yep. It's so much fun to try and do that, you know.
I
and
fucking
play
love
with it.
that shit. Like I remember one of my first things that kind of like just layered drinks are so fun. And like I remember
Yes.
I made like a lazulite shot just because like learning, oh, so this is what densities dudes are drinking. So I'm like, oh my
Yeah.
god, it just looks so cool first of all. And then like
Absolutely. That's
like,
exactly what
yeah.
I was doing with the past few shots or past few cocktails I made for VTubers as well. I just started doing like I got a little too obsessed with making like the gradient cocktails, but goddamn do they look good.
They look so cool. Like I don't blame you. Like
Yeah.
when it looks cool, like it does taste a little better to me just because
Yeah.
it's like
No, it's true.
yeah.
You eat with your eyes first, right?
Exactly.
And then
Exactly.
it's only better when you make like you made a really nice balanced cocktail, That's like the extra kick. So I want to I have to take all the cocktails that I've made for VTubers and just turn them into video content. That's
exactly
the next
what
step.
I wanted to do too.
That is the next step in my content creation career at the moment is to I don't know whether it means opening a brand new channel, but God, I have this camera that I need to use and I'm going to try and use it. So
Yeah, that's something I realized too. Is like I need to make videos at some point. So like I I've been doing a variety of things to that end, but also
yeah.
just like editing is such a is such an intimidating factor for me.
For me actually, the intimidating factor have you ever tried recording yourself making a cocktail?
Well, I did. That's the first video I want to record.
Yeah.
I already recorded it, but I have to edit it. But I'm like, oh god, how am I supposed to make this look good?
But have you how long did it take you to like record and make the drink? Did you like do it all in one shot kind of thing?
I did do it all in one shot, but also like because I messed up like the first couple of times, I had to shoot it like 3 times.
See, yeah,
And then, like,
that's the problem that I'm so scared is because you're dealing with like good quality spirit is you don't want to fuck up on one shot or 2 shots, else you're gonna be drinking that. And like I remember when I was recording videos for Twitter a while back, you have to record all of your cocktails within 2 minutes, so I had to make I had to have everything set up. It's just like a lot of pressure to make a cocktail in 2 minutes, like very well and very elegantly and very like because that's what I'm trying to I guess that's the aesthetic I'm trying to go for. You could also make the VTuber cocktails into shorts. That's the thing, Juan. It's like making cocktails into short video content. It's like it can go 2 ways. You can either take your time and make the drink, or you can try and do it in one shot, and maybe it's just this enormous expectation of myself that I should try and do it in one shot because I think it's more impressive, but sometimes it's just not that easy. It's not easy.
I was kind of jealous. I'm not even gonna lie. I was kind of jealous of Lena doing her like.
No, I get that feeling too, but at the same time, she's just a really good marketer. Honestly, I can't blame her. I think it's like I've been acquainted with her and we're like kind of like friends, and I love all the content she's doing.
Yeah, I talked to her a little bit too, and just it's crazy how much in a short time period I learned about content creation from her.
Yeah, no, she's a really really smart person, and the content it's essentially that kind of shorts that really do well. And
apparently she's like blowing up on TikTok too. Like she said that out loud on a tweet. I'm like, oh wow.
Yeah. And that's definitely I want to pursue a similar thing,
Same.
I absolutely do. And it's one of those things where I know I want to do exactly what Lena's doing, but I want to do it at a much higher scale, I guess. More basically use the equipment that I have been using and the experience that I've been accumulating, right? And turning it, but I just need to turn it into sizable content.
In my case, especially because I'm like a rookie content creator who hasn't done anything yet, really. Right. It's sort of like I have it perfectly envisioned in my head because I made this drink for this gacha game character, my favorite gacha game character,
Yeah.
who I really like. And so I was gonna put her themes, like I had the plan already. I have like her theme song in the background and all that
Yeah.
stuff. And like I have this image in my head of what it's supposed to look like, and then it's like I have no idea if the footage I recorded would actually make it so like it's actually as good as I imagine it to be.
You mean like the cocktail that you make for it?
Not just that, but like the video itself, just like,
Oh.
like taking the video, like adding a bunch of stuff to it to make it all a little more fancy, a little more nice, and then just like
Well,
like
let me
make it
tell
into-
you the number one thing, or at least like how I think approaching making a video for cocktails should start, is actually starting with good footage. I think your recording is just as important in the editing process, so like understanding a good visual setup will allow the editing process to be better and easier. And that's coming from
Right.
experience being like a audio mixer. If your recording is like stellar and as good as great as it can be, your editing is you're not gonna have to do too much editing, if you get all of the things recorded right.
Makes sense.
So that comes with, like, for a while, for all the cocktails videos that I've made before, I just did it on my phone, like, but my phone is maybe nothing to scoff at. I had like a Pixel 5 at the time, and the Pixel 5 is a good phone, I say, for for video stuff. But
You were actually telling me about this, I think, right?
yeah, it's a good phone, I think. But like, at the time when I did record, I did have a nice like island kind of table for cooking, and I set up in a way. I was like, I tried to basically make cocktails like a Japanese bartender. That was my goal. To find. Have you ever watched any of like the Japanese bartenders before?
A few. I didn't really go deep on it, but I've watched a few videos on it. Yeah.
Oh man, just go into the rabbit hole. You should go watch and see how they do their videos, because that's what got me into bartending.
I know
actually.
a friend of mine who was super into Japanese style bartending, and like I remember like just I think it was an educated barfly video where he was talking about like, oh yeah, like they're very process oriented. They're very like
Yep.
into the nitty gritty details of like making the cocktail as opposed to like what the final cocktail will be.
Well, also it being a performance, because it's almost like a tea ceremony, the way that they do when they like did those videos that I like watching. It's like the way they come up to the bar and they lay all the ingredients in order on the table, and they pour like from right to left kind of thing. And the way they pour it, the way they pour it into their shaker, all the way up to when they like cap it to when they shake it. The way that they shake it is like, oh, it's so aesthetic.
Elegant.
It's so elegant. That's what I want to. That's the content I want to try and make.
I do remember this when like in one of the few like videos I saw of it, is like it's so like it almost felt like an assembly line, just like every movement felt so planned.
Yes.
And, like,
okay. We definitely got to have another collaborative stream where we make cocktails this time, and we try to we'll do one stream where like we make a cocktail that I created and a cocktail that you created, and it's just two cocktails that night, and or we just focus on one cocktail that night and we try to give critique and improve it together.
Sure.
That could be, because that's the feedback that I've been looking for a while. It's like I make cocktails on the stream, and then I taste it. And I think it tastes good, and then I'm like,
but no one else is there to taste it. Yeah.
Exactly. I'll give it to my roommate, but like honestly, my roommate's kind of a good test of like does a normal palate like it, right? But
I don't even have that, sadly. So
well, you're much more observant because you're making them. You know, you're putting thought into the drinks you create, and that means a lot. You know, and having critique or trying to learn how to improve it can be difficult, but just by yourself. So I for sure need another taste, like pair of, like, you know, not pair of eyes or ears, like literally just taste buds to taste things. So
I would love that.
we should definitely,
Mostly because I want to know if I'm like insane or not too.
True. Same here.
I mentioned that with the Uru thing. I was like, even in his chat, I was like I like, because he was like Kazari says this is good, but it's like it's hard for me to believe that this combination of ingredients can be good. I was like, I liked it, but I might also be insane.
Well, it's like, when I think about it, like I said, it reminded me of that really weird industry sour, right? Because you're already putting 1 ounce of syrup, 1 ounce of lime juice, right? So you already have your acid and your sweetness. Is your syrup 2 to 1?
It's 2 to 1, yes.
Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. And then you put 2 ounces of Midori. It's just like, holy crap, that's like, okay. And then you put absinthe in. Like, in my head, the way that that's boiling down is that it's just like sweet as fuck, you know? That's like, in my head, immediately when I think about the ratios, I would say. But, you know, I gotta try it before I bash it. Like, you gotta try certain things, try it before you do it. But my speculation is that it's like, the reason why someone will like it is because it's sweet, right?
Yeah.
And it's not like overly sweet because of the lime juice, but it's still a sweet forward cocktail, and to some people they like that. And in my head, because I don't like sweet very much,
oh, no.
I'm not a sweet tooth. I think it's like, if things are too sweet, I think it's like might be more imbalanced for my taste. Like, I made cocktails myself. Like, the cocktails that I've created on stream aren't quite. They're sweet leaning, sweet. They're leaning towards sweet. I would say more fruit sometimes, but it's like, when I try to make it, do I still taste some of the spirit? Do I taste any nuance that like I added? And sometimes I don't. You know.
Yeah.
Honestly, most of the time I don't. So like, when I think about that thing is like that you made, I'm like, okay, there's so much absinthe, it's gonna taste like star anise, right? It's good. And there's
that
melon.
was part of why I like bumped up the proportion so much, was because of like, I need to counteract the absinthe as much as I possibly can, knowing that I'm putting a full ass ounce in it.
Yeah, exactly. And so it's like, the melon is gonna be melon and absinthe, I guess, and then lime juice, and then ginger. The ginger is interesting, but again, I gotta try it. I will definitely try it at some point. So, all right. What time is it? I think I'm like getting delusional now.
Oh no!
It's like getting midnight. So, I wanted to mention to anyone that happens to be also in chat, the reason why we're having such a late stream is because actually I had my very first training for bartending.
Oh, whoa!
Yeah, I'm
that sounds fucking awesome, dude. What the hell?
There's a brewery down the road from where I am at the moment.
Dude, that sounds so fucking awesome.
And they have a back bar that is like a speakeasy type. And
Dude.
I had my very first day of training of looking at what's happening in the back, and I am it's actually funny enough, you don't need a license to bartend, actually. It's just a fancy certificate that tells you can bartend.
Oh, interesting.
And I'm basically, I want to, it's a really neat bar, It's a speakeasy type bar, and it's only just bartender and a bar back. That's it. That's like in the back of a brewery. So can't really tell you guys where it is, but curious like that. I had my first day and it was pretty gruesome.
I can imagine. Like it's still like a service job. So
yeah. Well, it's also like it is still a service job, and it's like I haven't done restaurant service stuff in a long time. So there's a lot to learn, a lot to pick up, but I that's why I want to do it. It's challenging, it's hard, but I also really want to make cocktails for people. I succeeded in making a Hemingway for a group of ladies, and
Ooh.
they after one I made 5 more after.
Oh man.
So, and Hemingway is just like champagne brut and elderflower liquor. So that's why I'm like so tired as well, and why I'm like, oh, thank God I can drink some whiskey after that thing. Yeah. Thanks everyone. It's partially because I've been doing this home bartending stuff for a while here in my bar, but I think the way to progress is to get actual experience a little bit.
I've actually felt the same way. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, no, go for it. Go for it.
Yeah, so I definitely felt the same way after a while too. Was just like this is fun making my own drinks, and it's fun to experiment, and it's fun to like post and all that. But like one of these days, I wish I could actually be able to serve this to someone, and like I don't care if they think it sucks. Like I'm fine if like, oh, actually this is kind of a dud. Only I like this, but like it's
yeah.
I would very. It feels very gratifying to like serve one of my concoctions to people and they actually like it.
Yeah. Honestly, you should just like ask your brothers, ask your friends to try it. You should that's what I did for a long time, and that's how I got, learned more and more about making cocktails for people. But to try and make them in a high volume setting is what I need to, I think, not what I need to, but maybe I want to try, that's all, and see if it will be helpful in my journey as a bartender, because I'm still happy to be just like a little home mixologist, right? I really am.
Yeah.
But
Well,
I feel like I need to get a little bit of experience, real world experience sometime. So
I get you.
But yeah. So that also means that if I'm gonna be potentially bartending Thursdays and Fridays, is that I might lose Friday streams. Oh, I might.
Oh no.
But that's why I'm just trying to be part-time for just Thursdays, because this back bar or this speakeasy is only open like Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So I'm seeing if I can I still have like a couple training sessions to do at the moment, and we'll see how that goes. But
Okay.
I'm excited because it's a really cool little, like, how many seats are there? It's like 5 seats at the bar, and then 3 tables with like 6 or 4 seats, an outside patio ish. But on Thursdays they host live music, so I'm thinking about inviting
Like a
some
band and
friends.
such.
Yeah, I'm thinking about inviting like a 2-person combo to play some jazz for me while I do, because that's the vibe that I want to go for if I become the bartender there. I want it to be chill, nice, and kind of like this. Listen to some jazz, order some good cocktails, and be a hole in the wall place.
Hopefully someone with a trombone or a
Yeah,
trumpet.
or saxophone maybe, right?
Right.
And today was just like hectic because there was like, I guess it's bound to happen. There was just a group of, literally around like 9 o'clock is when a group of just like young people walked into the back of the bar, and I was just like, this is odd, Like, why don't you just go drink at the front? In my opinion, right? Why don't you just go do that? But that's just how, I guess that's how it rolls at the moment with the current bartender there, because she doesn't seem to really treat it. She just treats it like a bar, but I want to treat it. I want to try and treat it like a craft cocktail establishment. You know, make it a little bit more classier. That will be my goal. It'll bring along change.
Awesome,
it'll bring along change, and I'm nervous about bringing that, like trying to learn that or trying to push that on the existing establishment. But that's also, I think, what the establishment wants to happen too. So I'm nervous. I'm really nervous. So yeah. All right. I've just been like blabbering for the most part. I feel like I haven't been giving you a lot of opportunity to talk.
No worries, man. No worries. That's so cool to hear from you, man. Because it honestly was semi a similar path of what I was thinking of doing, except that it would be even more humble beginnings. I would just be like at a chain restaurant bar at first, just to like get my feet wet with it, and then like figure out like the cocktail bars that I want to go to and whatnot, as you say. But
yeah,
definitely the more I do this, the more like I just wish I could serve these to people for real.
Yeah, just try your friends.
So,
start with your friends, you know. That's the way to do it. I was like, dude, if you become manager, it'd be like a real like sanctuary. I mean, the way that this current bar that I'm gonna try and work at, there isn't gonna really be there's actually not a solid bartender there. Actually, they're all just either call-ins or people that are like just trying to just like fill-ins. And the person that was training me was kind of just a fill-in. So like the potential of me becoming like a steady bartender and like the owner of just like that back bar is possible. And also, I mean, like, well, I'm not the head bartender. The head bartender is actually a really cool guy. No, I'm not. I won't be the head bartender, but I'll be like the head bartender's right-hand man, maybe, if I continue working. Because like, the head bartender is actually interested in craft cocktails, but he doesn't have a lot of time to manage that specific bar. So having someone else that's also like-minded in craft cocktails could really develop the program at this bar. So I will let you guys know what the name of the speakeasy is, if you guys, because like it doesn't really matter. It's actually it's not advertised at all at this brewery, but the name of this because everyone's like, oh, it'd be like Sanctuary, but it's like a complete opposite. The name of the speakeasy is called Conspiracy. So
it's also a cool name, to be honest.
It is. It's so cool. It's a cool last name, you know. Yeah, it's a cool spot. All right. I have some stuff to work on. It's very cool.
No
Holy
worries.
shit. I have some stuff I gotta probably go to bed or something. I don't know.
I probably should too soon.
Yeah. What time is it for you right now?
It's only 9 p.m., but also just like
Oh man.
I still oughta like take a night
Sauce.
shower and all that type of stuff. Yeah.
It's like midnight now for me.
Right. Because
So-
you're in the East Coast. Right?
Yeah, you're on the West Coast, so. Oh man. Well,
This was hella fun though.
oh, absolutely. Thank you for joining on my stream and being a guest in Bar Sanctuary. Honestly, I've been
I
wanting
hope I was
somebody.
a good guest.
You're a great dude. Absolutely. Don't worry too much about it. Especially like you're already part of like the staff here. Not the staff, like the regulars. You're already part of the regulars here. You know, for the most part, the people that come watch the stream are all regulars. We're all just here to chill, and I thank everyone in chat for sitting by,
sure.
lurking, or just chatting here and there. It really it's really nice to just always talk to y'all. y'all.
You guys are the best. Juan, Maku, all you guys.
Yeah, Lukasu and Kimi sometimes drops in and be a silly person. Lokar. I don't usually stream on Thursday, but the reason why, because on Friday I'm not gonna be able to stream. I'm gonna be out doing more music stuff. So when will Zal have another Friday night cocktail stream? Chances are not next week. Yeah, because next week I'm gonna be traveling. God damn, I'm a busy person.
Zal's so busy lately.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be. I don't think I'm gonna be able to stream until freaking. Oh my god, the 11th or something. I don't know.
Well,
Man.
Thursday night cocktails it is.
Thursday night cocktails, I guess. Unless I do a stream. No, I can't even do a stream on the 31st. So actually, on the 31st, you might see a public live stream announcement from Mekon Project. So stick around if you guys want to listen to some anime band stuff and things like that. We're actually preparing for one of our, I guess not our first, but like I guess it kind of is our first live show. So not a Mekon jam session, a Mekon set, a full Mekon set.
Ooh.
A catered set. Yeah, it's gonna be a full 45-minute set.
That sounds awesome.
If you guys haven't been keeping up with Mekon Project, I have to literally, the thing that I need to actually finish is our cover video. I have to go finish editing a video for it upload tomorrow, and I was in After Effects and Premiere hell like a few hours ago, like exactly 12 hours ago.
Hopefully you join us in DaVinci Resolve.
Someday. Honestly, someday. But upload tomorrow. It's gonna be a very cool collaboration. We managed to collaborate with Sagi Sapon, vocalist, Utaite, Indonesian Utaite. I've been very, very admired for a long time. So we got a video to edit.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's true, Mako. We got a video to edit. Absolutely. Yeah. So keep an eye out for that. I have a video to edit. I'm gonna be like 3 a.m. when I finish the video. So it's a really cute art. But then the next week on Monday, we're doing a live stream, and Mekon Project is actually trying to do a live stream the very last Monday of every month. We're trying to do a live stream show. And this upcoming Monday is going to be the very first one. So
sounds like fun.
I'll post it. I'll post it in my channel. Kazari, thank you for putting up with my like endless blabber. I apologize.
No worries. It was fun to listen to. Thank you for having me on again.
I still have a long way to becoming a good host too. So, but I hope you enjoyed your time. I really enjoyed drinking spirits and whiskey with you. So, do you have anything you want to share with the rest of the people, the alcoholics here?
God, at risk of sounding like shelling too much,
this is your moment. Chill, please chill.
Yeah, I do post a lot of cocktails on my Twitter. I stream myself on like Saturdays and Sundays, and I did hit affiliate a few weeks ago on Twitch, but I didn't officially take it. I do plan to officially take it this week, and so
congrats.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have emotes. I'm gonna have a new reveal of something soon, and I'm excited to like really see how far I can take this VTubing thing. So
hell yeah! Remember to just have fun. You know,
hell yeah.
That's really the point. Yep. All right. Well, awesome. I look forward to your affiliate debut I'll try to make it. I'll try my best to make it if I can. But
Yeah,
you guys
thank
go.
you so
Make sure y'all are following Anatsu Kazari's Nona's content, because I keep watching and looking for the cocktails that you make, and I'm like, maybe I should make this sometime. So
I'm glad.
all right. Well, I hope everyone has a great evening. And I'm Zal, and Nona's with me, because I'm just calling you Nona now, because Baku is calling you that.
I'd allow it.
I hope you all have a great night, and I will see you guys, unfortunately, in 2 weeks. Potentially in 2 weeks. All right. Bye-bye.
You take care of yourself, everyone.
Bye-bye. Good night.